It's Dew Time with Pastor Steph.
Good morning, and good morning. Rise and shine. You're on with this Dew Time with Pastor Steph. How are you this morning? Wait, my shirt ain't showing. I gotta make sure my shirt is showing. All right, yeah. They worked hard on this shirt. Yep. Okay, I digress. How are you this morning? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. For this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So, where were you all week? Woo-hoo. This place has been live. This channel has been live all week. We started off Monday with our word of the day, our switch tip of the week. Lean not to your own understanding. I'm coming back to that one, but I just wanted to throw that in. On Tuesday, we talked about the DoorDash enterprise that owes their people, $17 million because they cheated them out of the money. They took our tip money and paid their workers with. They whack. I don't know why they just do things the way they want to do things. You can't cheat people and think you're going to get away with it forever. We also talked about Mr. Ortiz in the hospital with his wife. He did not like what his wife was going through, and he felt that they could do better. So he decided he was going to take the hospital staff hostage, and it didn't work very well for Mr. Ortiz. He ended up in some type of a gunfire. He killed a 30-year-old police officer, and then he himself was killed, while all of this melee was going on. And we hope that Mrs. Ortiz is okay. I don't know what happened to Mrs. Ortiz. Maybe we'll find out. I really hope she's okay. Well, wow, Wednesday rolled around and we got to talking to our girlfriend, Vivian, and her socially conscious segment. And we talked about the smartphones. Yeah, they claim that they're the reason why people's mental health is not good. Well, in all honesty, it makes every bit of sense. If all you do is wake up and scroll and scroll and scroll, and when you wake up, that's the first thing you do. And when you wake up, that's the first thing you do. And then when you wake up, that's the first thing you do, and that's what you're doing all day long and all night long. Yeah, your mental health will decline because that's sucking you dry. So that is no surprise. And we talked about that couple on their way to Italy for vacation in the last 4 hours of their trip on the plane. They had to sit next to the dead lady, and they didn't talk about suing. But I wouldn't be surprised if that popped up in the news. Yeah, because a whole lot of other people would have said lawsuit. Yeah, there's mental anguish, in our quest to go on our honeymoon or our vacation or whatever. Yeah, they would have been after the dollars. So I haven't heard about it. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Well, Therapeutic Thursday was lit as we had our health coach Athena on, and she definitely livened the morning. Yes, she talked about our bodies, what kind of condition it is in, and we need to detox after we didn't ate all those bad things back during the holiday time. And man, I don't know about y'all, but she was crushing me. She was crushing me. She actually talked about our dinner the other night. Yeah. Yep. She talked about that dinner. That dinner we had in this house. She called the whole thing out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she talked about no butter on your sweet potato, no brown sugar on your sweet potato. She talked about no canned spray, not even the extra virgin olive oil. Let's see what else she talked about. She talked about making sure you don't buy tilapia. Yeah, she was like, take that off the list. I don't care if it is on sale. Do not buy it. Yeah, she talked about our breakfast. She talked about, that detox breakfast, liquid breakfast. So you're gonna have to go back and listen because I can't scroll down in my notes right now. But yeah, she talked about that. She talked about smoothie. Us getting that vegetable smoothie or that you know liquid mixture, lemon water in the morning. So yeah, she did it. She gave us breakfast, she gave us lunch, and she gave us dinner. And she talked about all the different food groups and the fact that we gotta make sure we detox. Listen, she also said when you pack from like an event from the night before and you got that takeout box and then you bring it home, do not eat it for breakfast the next day. And everybody who that addresses say, I haven't done that in a while. My stomach cannot handle all of that all of that in the morning. I can't do it. That heavy chicken and mashed potatoes and that would rip past the Steph's stomach apart. Yeah. So she ain't got to worry about me with that one. I got hit with the butter. No butter on my sweet potato. So I gotta tell you, I did have a sweet potato that I actually had cooked the day before. So yesterday, I heated up my sweet potato and it was actually sweet enough. I didn't have anything on it and it was absolutely delicious. Now that's all depending on if you got a real sweet potato. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. A thing that she said you can put a little bit. She said, and make sure you use butter. Yes, that's the other thing. So, oh no, wait, before we move on, she said that using, I think it was margarine, she said, or hydrogenated oil is like using the putty in the school. Yo, I was like, man, we got some adjusting to do. So that's how we spent our week here. And lean not to your own understanding was actually applicable throughout this entire week. Everything I just got finished talking about went right back to lean not to your own understanding. Whether you're talking about DoorDash, who's trying to get around paying people and cheating people out their money, whether you're talking about Mr. Ortiz, who took the people in the hospital hostage, whether you talked about the people on the flight making the couple sit next to the dead people. I mean, you thought that was fine. Whether we talked about how we eat, lean not to your own understanding. Now, Shantice didn't talk about these particular things, but I'm just going to show you how the switch tip applied to us all the way across the week. Well, today is Freestyle Friday, and we get to do whatever it is we want to do. And today is the last day of the work week. Are you happy? All I can tell you is thank God it's Friday. Woo! Well, talk to the men is what we do. So I'm looking forward to our guys this morning. I don't know what they're gonna say. You know what? Having Women's Day, Ladies' Day on Wednesday with our girl, Lady Tamika, Shantice, and Viv. And then on a Friday, you come back with Pastor KL, Brother Al, Pastor Jeff, and on the extra weeks, there's Brother Ainsley. Boy, those are 2 different days. You don't know what you gonna get. So I need to get this party started. I don't have such great news today, so y'all gonna have to keep this room livened up, Okay, so we can get through this morning. Ah, well, go ahead and get that healthy breakfast. Go ahead and tell somebody, anybody, that it's due time with Pastor Steph is on. And whatever you do, don't go anywhere because we will be right back.
Who slept in a dark room, completely dark. Only about 10% of them develop nearsightedness. Okay, 10% in a completely dark room. In the room with a nightlight, around about 34% of the kids develop nearsightedness. And then with the kids who slept with the light on, 55% of the kids develop nearsightedness. Okay, so that tells us that we're supposed to sleep in darkness. And if you go back and check out my video where I'm talking about the importance of environment, okay, this is also, very important when it comes into sleep. The importance of the environment, setting the environment. One of the things I mentioned when I was in St. Lucia, at night, it will get completely dark. The only light you could see was the light that came from the moon. That's it. But other than that, it's pretty dark. All right. And that's the beauty of sleeping in that type of darkness, because your body sleeps so much better. Okay. So hugely important, sleeping in complete darkness.
Well, good morning again. Good morning, and good morning again. I'm trying to pull up my chat room so I can say a hearty good morning to my viewers this morning. Well, good morning, Terrence. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Terrence says, good morning, my family. Well, good morning, Miss Ketty. Hey. If you're in the room, make sure you check in. Pastor Steph does not know you're in the room unless you check in and say good morning. Okay, we got it. I love your shirt. Thank you, Miss Ketty. Thank you, Vivian. Good morning. Thank you for my compliment on my shirt. It's personalized. Did a fantastic job on the Sabbath Squad shirt. I wanted to make sure I had my Sabbath Squad shirt today before we went out, because it has that Kente African American vibe, and I wanted to make sure I had my Sabbath Squad. So if you want a Sabbath Squad shirt, make sure you put it in the chat room so it's personalized. We'll know you want a Sabbath Squad shirt. Okay. All righty. We got a check-in from our girl, Teresa. Good morning, Teresa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And of course, we got to say good morning to the ladies who help us hold it down in the morning on It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. We want to say good morning to Shantice. Hey, Shantice. And we want to say good morning to our girl, Anika. Hey, Anika. Thank you so much. Oh, something's tickling my nose. Thank you so much for joining us and helping us hold it down this morning. We got a good morning from our girl, Cherry. Hey, Cherry. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Well, you know how we do it on Friday mornings. We got our trivia, and it could be about anything. I try to keep it under the realms of our celebrity or entertainment, but they didn't have anything yesterday. But I did come across a list that talks about some overrated household items that really aren't worth the money. Now, I'm really looking forward to getting this chat going. Make sure if there's something that's in your household that you just really feel that you just gotta buy, but if you had your way, you would not buy it, make sure you put up in the chat room. Okay. We got a hello and a check-in from our boy Serge. Good morning, Serge. Thank you for joining us this morning. All right. So, some of those overrated household items that are not worth the money: paper towels. Oh my goodness. Now, let me tell you something. Paper towels just end up drawing you in. There's a lot of money spent in this house on some paper towels. Now, I've even gone and gotten purchased the reusable um towels, and that didn't go very far. No, I don't know what's going on, but instead of us cutting back on paper towels, I'm buying a bigger jumbo pack of paper towels. What is that? And you got to make sure you buy some decent paper towels, or either you'll just be really going through them because they're as thin as water if you don't buy the right ones. So yeah, paper towels is definitely on that list for Pastor Steph. Plug-in air fresheners is on this list. Now, I don't know how many of you feel like the plug-in air fresheners are not worth the money. They're wasting your money. I don't know. But I do know that they said that they have like toxic chemicals in it. So if you're buying that, please stop, because that's not good for the environment. No, 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 no. What are all of these things popping up on my screen? All righty. New baby clothes. That's not worth the money? Well, I guess they figure because babies are always growing, you're going to run out of them baby clothes and you're going to have to keep buying and keep buying and keep buying. Terrence says paper towels are a must. And a nigga says, nope, the plugins are no good. Oh, yeah, it's, paper towels are a must. Blah. All right. Yes, the plugins are a must as well, but he said they make the by the garage. You know what? Let me put up. I'm trying to read off that screen. We know Pastor Steph can't do that. Let me see. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, the plugins are a must as well by the garage or recycle, but they're not good. Terrence, they have said, I've read several articles when we talk about things that you don't buy or things that are toxic or things that are unhealthy. Plugins keep coming up on that list. So brother, find something else, because we want you to still be able to type in later. We don't want you walking around with something wrong with you. So get rid of them in your garage or whatever. But yeah, plugins are consistently on the do not buy list. Yeah. All righty. What else are we talking about that's on this list? Olive oil at night. Yeah. They were saying drink olive oil at night. And I'm like, why are we putting that in our system like that? Swiffer pads. They say stop. You're wasting your money on the Swiffer pads. And they said replace them with the pads that you can wash. And that's what we bought. That's what I bought. I bought a whole bunch of pads that we can wash, and saves me money. All righty. Detergent pods. Who uses those? Put that in the chat room. Do y'all use detergent pods? Now, I have to confess, I have not, God has blessed me because I have not had to do my own laundry in a minute. Yeah, in a minute. I have not had to do my own laundry, but are they even good? Those detergent pods? Come on, y'all let me know. What does the consumer say? Y'all are the consumers. I need to know. I ain't going to buy them because they already saying don't waste your money. Yep. They say standard detergents will cost you less than pods and get the job done. Stop wasting your money on those detergent pods. Okay. They say stop buying those expensive HDMI cables. There are other lower price cables that you can get your hands on that work just as well. Terrence and Anika say they don't use pods at all, and everybody's clothes are getting clean, so I guess they are, right? You ain't got to use them. Keurig coffee machines. They say it's a waste of money. Well, I guess if you can just go buy the instant coffee. But if you're a coffee connoisseur, okay, is there a real difference? I don't know. Well, Cirque says that detergent pods are not that bad. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's one vote for detergent pods. Everybody else keeps saying they don't use them. So, all right. Kitchen storage containers. Now, I'm sorry. That is essential to this household. Yes, those kitchen storage containers, they definitely keep your food fresher. Yeah, we buy a lot of the Ziploc bags, and no, it does not keep your food as fresh as the kitchen storage containers. The one thing I have to say is they are expensive. Yeah, they're expensive. They're not as flexible as bags, needless to say. You need to have room. But as far as keeping your food fresh, it's worth it, because are we going to waste our money? Or are you going to go ahead and invest in the kitchen storage containers? So that's one thing I got to say I do not agree with. I say buy those kitchen storage containers. They are worth every penny. Okay. Terrence says, I agree with the HDMI cords. Buy cheaper ones. They work. Now, I'm not saying go buy those at the 99-cent store. I'm not saying go buy them from the Dollar Tree. No. But there are less expensive HDMI cords. We use them all the time in this house. So you don't have to buy those expensive ones. Anika says those packs for the Keurig coffee machine is a waste. You can get reusable pods and put whatever you want in the Keurig. Okay. And that's a must, kitchen storage. Absolutely. So I've seen a Keurig. It's like, boy, this is a waste of money. I didn't even drink it, and it was a waste of money to me. But find your own. You'll save a couple of extra dollars. All right. What else do they have on this list? Decorative towels. They say decorative towels are a waste of money. If you want to dress up your bathroom, if you want to dress up your kitchen, then I don't know if it would necessarily be a waste of money. No, it's getting the job done, right? It's decorating. And that's what you want to do. But I guess, when grandma wouldn't let you touch them or let you dry your hands on them. And they're saying that those decorative towels are not as absorbent as regular towels. And I guess being that you don't really use them, then they can be a waste of money. All right. All righty. Only ladies buy them. Yeah, because it makes your bathroom and your kitchen look nice. That's right. We buy them. Home deep fryers. Now, here's my thing. When you buy those home deep fryers, do you know they really don't hold a lot of chicken? They don't hold a lot of French fries. You might as well go ahead and use your pots for that. Yeah. You didn't already bought the pots. Yeah, deep fryers don't have a lot of space. They don't have a lot of space at all. I think you could maybe put like 5 or 6 chicken wings, and that's wingettes, in the deep fryer. And that to me is a waste of money, because you got all this oil that you're using to put 5 or 6 chicken wings in. Now, that's crazy. Meat shredder claws. Now, where's Tamika at this morning? Because, she's been telling me about Brother Al, and Brother Al has also talked about the fact that he likes to buy a lot of kitchen gadgets. And it sounds like this meat shredder claws would definitely fall under that. Up, Terrence says, don't say nothing about his deep fryer. Yeah, you may love it, but can't you get something more cooked in a pot, a frying pan? That is like such a waste of oil, such a waste of space, time, electricity. Oh man. Just bring me some fried chicken out that deep fryer, and then I'll tell you whether it's worth keeping it or not. All right. What else? Robot vacuum cleaners. Now, does anybody in this room own a robot vacuum cleaner? That to me is dumb. Now, I guess they figure, it'll move around and go under things that you can't necessarily get under, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Vivian says, woo! Athena, yeah, if we were to tell Athena that we were deep frying chicken, man, that would be the next thing on that list. Don't do it. I'm sure she would say, yeah, Vivian, yeah, we don't want Athena to hear this conversation. Don't tell her, Terrence. Terrence says if you got a robot vacuum cleaner that you're lazy. Yeah, I mean, that, to me, why do I want something that's going all over the place in the way? I don't know. Just vacuum. Is that like you could get your exercise in? I don't know. Well, wait a minute now. I'm taking offense to this. But I do agree. Bottled water. I have been trying to get this refrigerator hooked up. When I tell you the amount of water, now I understand that a lot of that comes from Pastor Style. I'm not blaming the rest of the household. A lot of that water comes from me. But between the bottles all over the place and making room for the bottles and they drive me. No. They say that bottled water is a waste of money. All right. They say it's damaging the environment. Well, what else you gonna do? Fabric softener and dryer sheets. Who put that on the list? How do you not have fabric softener or dryer sheets? What are you using to make your clothes soft? Now, back in the day, grandmas did not have dryer sheets and fabric softener. Oh, they had fabric softener, but they didn't have dry sheets. When I tell you both my grandmothers and my mother had the whitest, they would glisten. They were so white. I was like, how do you get your clothes so white? And I remember Grandma Margaret I don't remember Grandma Margaret using no fabric softener. I don't know if Grandma Pastor Burroughs used fabric softener or not. I know Ernie used fabric softener. That's my mother. But man, they had the whitest whites. Both my grandmothers, white. And they were soft. The clothes were soft. And let me tell you something. Grandma Pastor Burroughs washed everything. When I tell you, certain people would take these to the cleaners. Nope. Top clothes and everything. And I'm real funny about top clothes. Don't dry my top clothes. Grandma Pastor Burroughs had that thing together. Grandma Margaret had her thing together. My mother had that thing together. And they ain't use no dry sheets. No. But I'm sorry. I must use the fabric, the dry sheets. Shantice does not use fabric softener. Yeah, she doesn't. Well, she has like sensitive skin and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Do y'all need to use fabric softener and dryer sheets? They're saying it's a waste of money. I say, I'm sorry. I am not Grandma Margaret. I am not Grandma Pastor Burroughs. I need my dryer sheets. I can't get my clothes the way they got their clothes. I don't know what they did. Yeah, I can't do it. I need that. Let me see what y'all are saying about this stuff here. Let me see. What's happening here? Okay. Uh, well, Anika says, well, some areas don't have great water supply. It's true. You need bottled water because I ain't drinking no tap water. That ain't happening. Nope. And we need both of them. Okay, so Terrence is saying you need fabric softener and your dryer sheets. And the smell, if you want this to smell best, you got to use the right ones. Yeah, because some of them, I don't like the smell. And Anika says, I use both. I love the smell. Me too. And Katie says, I use dryer sheets and fabric softener. Yeah. Who says that they're a waste of money? You need that stuff. I'm sorry. We ain't who grandmas used to be. That's not happening. All righty. Name brand print cartridges. Yeah, you can get, I've gotten really good print cartridges. It is a waste of money. It is a straight waste of money if you buy those big, what do you call it? The ones, the HP, and yeah, they expensive. They're expensive. They are expensive. All right. Well, what are we talking about in the news today? Let's see. My device is so slow. Maybe it already thinks that we've gone past Friday and it don't have to work. Terrence said, only dirty people say it's a waste of money. Oh, Terrence, you in rare form today. All right. So we're talking about celebrity news. I always do celebrity news on Friday. Well, DeBarge. Remember the 80s group DeBarge? Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Yeah. Well, excuse me. They have a documentary that's coming out that's going to be in a film festival about DeBarge. This device is like crazy today. And they're saying that what they have found out in this documentary, let me just reset this thing. What they have found out in the documentary is that Randy and James are now living in trailer things. Yeah. They've gotten that bad. Yeah. They've had a hard life. They are now, I think, 61 and 66 years old. James being the 61. I think it's James and Randy. Yeah, so I can get this device back going. But two of them are now living in trailers. And, I don't know whether you realize this, but I think it was Dr. Drew did a documentary or like a little show on them a few years ago. And it was not good at all. No. At the age they are now, they suffered a lot of abuse when they were growing up at the hands of their father, their biological father. We're not talking about their like a stepdad or not at all. We're talking about their biological father. And they ended up every last one of them ended up on drugs. Oh my goodness. Yes. They ended up on drugs. And they really had a very, very difficult time functioning. So now they have this, it's Randy and James. They have this documentary that's going into this film festival and is showing that these two are still doing like the worst of the batch. Now, recently, I saw something where one of them was blowing up one of the older brothers. Bobby and Tommy are now both deceased. They're from the R&B group Switch. And they were, I think it was Bobby was really responsible for the abuse that James went through. He was abusing James. So he was abused by the father and took it out on James. And they have where he's doing this tell-all interview or something like that. They are living in RV homes, the two of them now. I don't know why, they're on their own. It's a big family. I don't know where the rest of the siblings are. As far as I know, outside of Tommy and Bobby, the rest of them are all alive. Elle, Bunny, Mark, they're all alive. And they have other siblings. Yeah, they've got a couple of other siblings that didn't go into the music industry. And they say they're out on the streets of LA in RV homes. So, you know what? Prayers up to the DeBarges. They have really had one rough life. Yeah, really bad. Really bad. Really bad. What else are we talking about? Remember, I think I told you about the Lil Kev show, the cartoon. Yeah, well, I saw last night. It's coming out March 6th. So I want to see what it's about. It's about him as a kid growing up in Philly. And it's not a Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 cartoon. It's one of those older cartoons, like an adult cartoon. So I don't know if it's going to be really, really, really something, where you can't have any kids watch it at all. But they did say it's more on the adult side. But I did see March 6th, it's coming out. All right. What else we talking about in the oh my goodness gracious. Let me talk about this here. Okay, so we know that pretty much there are no more daytime soaps. Yeah, All My Children, One Life to Live, all of those things there, they gone. They are definitely of the past. Well, some brilliant mind said that we need a black casted daytime soap. So CBS decides that they're going to do Beyond the Gates. Now, this is starring Tamara Tooney. You know Tamara Tooney. Tamara Tooney has played on the CSIs as their medical examiner. She's played on what's that thing? NYPD Blue. Is that what it was called? And she was married to the head detectives. She was married to the head detective. Tamara Tooney. Just look up her name. You'll know. Like, oh, her. And it stars Clifton Davis. Now everybody remembers Clifton Davis, old time actor. Well, first of all, they both look superb. When they say black don't crack, these two have been preserved well. I don't know how old Clifton Davis is. He's got to easily be like close to 80 years old. He looks phenomenal. Okay. Tamara Tooney looks great. However, this soap opera is trash. I've been seeing this off and on, and I didn't realize it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, you know what? I had an idea to do something as I'm building my presence on Instagram and TikTok and things like that, and Facebook. And I was like, oh, okay, I know I can do X, Y, and Z. And I said, well, let me check out this Beyond the Gates. So it airs from 2:00 in the afternoon to 3. It's an hour long soap, and it's mainly black cast. It repeats on Paramount Plus, because that's the baby to CBS. Oh my gosh. It is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. horrible. What is it about soap operas that diminish people's careers and their acting ability? Now, here's the funny part. Most actors have come through some daytime soap. Yeah, if you look back on especially a lot of our black actors, they've come through their soap operas and they've gotten better. Well, man, first of all, they got this blonde wig on Tamara Tooney. They need to get rid of this wig. They need to get rid of this wig big time. They have two daughters, and it's about them and the two daughters. They're pretty much well to do, and it's trash. Oh my goodness. Now, I was going to suggest that I was checking out the first episode because, we do the My 2 Cents thing. And I was like, well, this would be something that we may want to jump on so we can keep this kind of going. No, and absolutely not. Yeah, that's not happening. That is so not happening. So don't even bother. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Let me see what the chat room is saying about these things here. Let me see what you talking about. All right. Well, Terrence says regarding the DeBarge, I believe that because they're not making money the way they used to back in the day, they have to, deal with the RV lifestyle. And Nika says, yeah. Your mother, Nika says her mother likes Beyond the Gates. Yuck. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. The acting was horrible. I couldn't even get through. I forced myself to get through the first episode. Yeah. Now they are showing 2 to 3. They went back to the old school. They 2 to 3 on CBS Monday through Friday. And again, you can stream it on Paramount Plus. No, I'm sorry. They do not get my vote. What else are we talking about in the celebrity news? All right. Gayle King. Everybody knows Gayle, the sidekick to let's say Oprah. Every once in a while they get this team together and they go out of space. Yeah. And Michael Strahan, he was on one. Well, Gayle King is going to be on the next trip. Yeah. She says she crossed 70 and she wants to explore. And she says that she wasn't going to do it. But when Oprah and some other people convinced her to do it, she decided to do it. Listen, Oprah ain't going up there. So Oprah couldn't convince me to do nothing Oprah wouldn't do. So I'm going into no outer space. And I got to talk to my DEW Time crew. I got to talk to my men to find out would they go in outer space. I don't know. I'm not doing it. If you couldn't pay me to go into outer space. And they're doing some experiment thing where they want to see if people can kind of live there and work and help to take care of the earth. And you can't take care of earth. Are you taking care of outer space? It's in between like other planets and earth. And my thing is, no. I mean, we may need another place to live if Trump keeps this up, but earth, that's the only place Stephanie gonna be. I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait and die. And, when Jesus comes back and God changes this earth, to the new heaven. Yeah. Because no. I ain't going up in no outer space. I got to talk to my guys about that. I got to talk to my guys about that. All right, what we talking about? Just one more piece of news. I think I got my Pastor Jeff on, but let me see what else I want to talk about. One more piece of news before we go. Ain't nothing else worth talking about. They got this new fraternity death, unfortunately, in one of the colleges, and they got one of the students dead again, unfortunately, just the other day. I think it may have been even technically today's 20th, yesterday, 3 o'clock overnight. Somebody, they found him dead. They took him to the hospital, unresponsive. They found him. They pronounced him dead at the hospital, and now they have shut down all of the activities for fraternities and sororities at this school and any other school club because of this hazing. Come to find out that he endured some hazing experience, on the campus. And I'm trying to find the name of the college. Southern University and A&M College. Yeah, they during the spring break, they ended up going through that, and they have shut them down. Yeah, the Omega Sci-Fi, otherwise known as the Q Dogs. Yeah, why are we doing this? I'm still trying to figure out, with all of this stuff that is going on in this in these schools and that have gone on in these schools, why are you still taking your people through this? Why are we doing this to one another? Why are we power tripping? So maybe we could talk about that too, with our due time men today. Anika says, yeah, mom likes soaps. I'm sorry. Mom, I can't be with you on this journey. No. Ainsley said, I'll take a ride there, but gotta come right back. Ainsley, you'd go there. See, Ainsley ain't on today, so we get Ainsley up in the chat room. Thank you for joining us, Ainsley. Good morning. Ainsley says he'd go as long as he was coming right back. No. I'm still saying, even on an immediate round trip, I'm not doing it. Oh, we got a check-in from Miss Charlene. Good morning, Miss Charlene. Thank you so much for throwing your hat into the chat room ring. I hear that you've been listening and viewing for a minute. So thank you so much for joining us. Shout outs to you, Mom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We so appreciate your support. Where my due time men at? Who's on? Where's my Pastor Jeff? Is Pastor Jeff on? Let's say good morning to Pastor Jeff. Good morning, Pastor Jeff.
Can you hear me?
I sure can. How are you?
I'm good. Just driving my daughter to school.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Jules. All right now.
All right.
So, Pastor Jeff, we're talking about going to the moon. They have these periodic trips that they're going. I think they take maybe 5 or 6 people, and they're going to the moon, and they're spending some time there, and they're coming back. Now, would you go to? Ainsley says he would go as long as he could go and come right back. Would you go to the moon, Pastor Jeff?
Not me. I can't stand heights. I don't like to fly, but I fly because I have to. I'm not going to no moon. You ain't get me to go. Only you can only get me to go if it's going to save my life. Like it's a nuclear attack on Earth, and I have to get off the Earth. But I'm staying right here. God made this Earth for me. Okay? And this is where I'm staying.
I'm with you, Pastor Jeff. You listen, y'all can't take care of me here on Earth. I'm not leaving here to go nowhere. You can forget that. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Now, Pastor Jeff, let's talk about this hazing thing. for some reason, with all of the and I have to say murders at this point because y'all are mistreating these kids, mainly males, and it happens in the white fraternities, it happens in the black fraternities. Why do we need to go through this power tripping and treat our people like this to the point where they're dying? What is that? Help me understand what this is about.
It's about feel good. I mean, to make somebody subservient to you, that's what got Puff Daddy all jacked up. P. Diddy got him all jacked up because he felt powerful and I'm gonna make you do whatever I want you to do. And that's a high. And then especially in the black fraternities, because you gotta remember we are always getting the police beating us down, everybody, because of the color of our skin. So then when we get in a position, we want to make somebody else feel like we feel,
Wow. If your son or daughter came home and said that they wanted to pledge, what would be your word to them?
I would tell them no, and I'll say most of this stuff is demonic in its core. They're not, it's not godly. I would try to really, encourage them not to.
Okay. All righty. We're going to see what your brother, Pastor KL, has got to say. Terrence says he had to go over and fix mom's computer or phone or whatever device she's using. Well, thank you, Terrence, for taking care of mom so mom could join the chat room. Yes. It's not fair that she's just an onlooker, a bystander. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Terrence says, wait, I don't know what you're saying, Terrence. Would you go to the moon or not? I don't know what that means. All right, so let me know. Let me know if you want to go to the moon. Where's my Pastor KL? Good morning, Pastor KL.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am well as well. Thank you.
Okay. So why you laid back today?
I'm not laid back. I'm just, just chilling in the cut.
What did you do? What
did you do, crew?
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Gail King is going to the moon. Pastor Steph says, I'm not getting on no aircraft. Ainsley said, yeah, I'll go if I can come right back. Your Pastor Jeff says, nah, I ain't going. What say you, Pastor KL? You going to the moon?
No. First of all, I'm not getting on the train and I can get off at every stop. So why would I get on this aircraft that there's only one stop and there's no guarantee of return trip? No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody may want to take me to their leader. I don't want to do all that.
Pastor KL, here's what always makes me nervous, and Pastor Jeff. There have been times where they didn't even get off. They didn't even take off. It exploded. They didn't even got a chance to go up in the air. I'm not taking that kind of chance. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. All righty. All right, Pastor KL. We're talking about this hazing. I can't believe that, still, y'all still doing all this hazing, despite the fact that so many young men, a couple of young women have lost their lives. And now you are responsible for shutting down the entire campus's activities because you are on this power trip. Why do we need to do this? What's your thought? Why are we still doing this? And why are we treating our people like this? One another.
Well, my first thing is, okay, so when I was in college, The thing was, hey, Pledge Kappa, you'll get a lot of women. Pledge Kappa. I said, well, I sing very well. I'm gonna get a lot of women. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you have to beat me to be a part of organization. You know what I mean? I mean, what's the benefit out of beating me? Now, I understand some of the mind games. You understand what I'm saying? To strengthen your mind, but to beat me, to prove what? That I can take a punch? No, thank you. You know, we've gone through too many beatings. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Unnecessarily. Now you want me? Now I'm not sure if you guys know, but to pledge, it costs thousands of dollars. It's not free. You got
It
to pay
was free at one point.
Yeah, but it's not free anymore. You got to pay thousands of dollars to join this
Wow.
organization.
What?
So I'm paying you to beat me. There is a mental problem right there, and I think that some folks who pledge, are insecure in a lot of stuff, and they need to just be a part of. You might as well go pledge a game, because that's all it is a game.
Right.
Because in a game they jump you in. Yeah. So is this not what they're doing? Are they not jumping you in?
Yeah.
No, I don't understand.
So wait a minute. What do you mean you got to pay? It costs thousands of dollars. I went to college and there was no fees or whatever. But I mean, it wasn't yesterday I went to college. But what are you talking about fees?
Okay, so my daughter, my middle daughter, she came home and said she wanted to pledge AKA. I said, that's fine. That's what you want to do. She said, but I need $3,000. I said, you better pledge me Phi Me, because that's the only fraternity you gonna be in. I'm not giving you $3,000 to get beat. I said, if you want to get beat, do something wrong and come home. I'll beat you myself. You know what I mean? I'll hate you. If you feel like you want to be a part of, because I don't understand it. Why do I just want it? And listen, it's long hours. My sister pledged, and I almost killed. My sister pledged Zeta, and if you know anything, Zeta and the Sigmas is brothers and sisters. So I almost killed a few Sigmas, because they're part of the hazing as well with the females. So no, I've seen what my sister went through. My son was the smartest one, because he did pledge Kappa, but he pledged grad chapter. And when you pledge grad chapter, you don't go through none of that stuff.
Oh.
None of it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So then you've answered my question. I asked Pastor Jeff if your kid came home and said, I want to pledge, what would you say? He said he would discourage them. But you didn't try to discourage your daughter outside of the money thing?
Well, listen, I knew she had no money. That was already discouraged. So it was nothing else to talk about. The conversation was over because she needed the money from me. That was already discouragement. I didn't have to go through the whys and don'ts, and I don't have to do that. You have no money, so you can't do it. Get an education. She's a nurse now, and she's doing well.
Okay. I remember when I went, they were introducing a new chapter on the campus. And as a freshman, some of those girls, they couldn't wait to jump on this to be one of the first ones to cross the line and bring this chapter to that particular campus. And the stuff that I saw going on, and it wasn't abusive, but just the power trip, and just to be able to tell somebody what to do and all of this kind of stuff. I was like, why would you want to go through this? Well, here was the thing. One of the things, they couldn't talk to anybody.
Right.
They couldn't talk to anybody. And I'm saying to myself, really? Your parents sent you to college?
For weeks.
Yes. For weeks, months.
Mm-hmm.
Months. So we got there in August? And I would say maybe August, September, October, somewhere around October, November-ish, they started, to pledge. So we had already kind of gotten to know one another, because of course, being freshmen, they do a lot of freshman activities and things like this. And so you kind of got to know these young ladies. And then all of a sudden they couldn't talk. And I'm like, are you serious?
Mhm.
I'm like, your parents sent you away so you could not talk. Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know, the things that we run after and run behind is beyond me. I cannot understand why these organizations, especially the Black organizations, would be okay. You talk about police brutality, you talk about what the white man do, you talk about this, you talk about that, but yet you would treat each other like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is, they need to shut them down and put them in jail. Plain and simple as that, because this is murder. This is not, oops, somebody died. This is strict, this is murder. This hazing business, enough of it has gone on where it's murder. Do you agree with that, Pastor Jeff? That it's murder?
Yeah, that's straight up murder. You hazing somebody and they end up dying. That is. I
Yeah.
agree.
Do they need to go to jail in your opinion? Would you send them to jail?
Yeah. First of all, they should have the common sense to know. I mean, you play fight and somebody hit the ground and hit their head and die, and it was an accident, but you could go to jail. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
the bottom line is that that hazing. They tell you you're not supposed to do it. You're doing it anyway, and somebody dies. Yes. You understand? You're an idiot.
All righty. Pastor KL, do you consider this murder? And if so, do you think they need to go to jail?
It's definitely murder. I think the biggest thing is, but who goes to jail? Because at some point they're all doing it. So let's say I beat you 2 days ago, but somebody beat you today and you die. Who's to say that the contributing blow that I started 2 days ago, you understand what I'm saying, didn't start
Yes.
what you got going on? So if they're going to jail, the whole chapter need to go to jail.
Well, then send them all. Then send them all. I'll never forget. It was a few years ago. They had this hazing issue that led to one of these kids' death on the campus, and they paraded the whole chapter heads into court, into jail. So you know what? You're all responsible. I don't care if you hit them a month ago. Bye. Because it all matters. It all matters. So go to jail. I don't care nothing about you. You didn't care nothing about this life. Go to jail. So for Pastor Steph, I say send them all there. Send them all. Let's see what we got going on in this chat room. Hey, Tamika, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. And we've got a check-in from our Athena. Hey, Athena. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we pray you have a great day also. We got a check-in from AJ. Hey, AJ. And Terrence is saying, yes, Pastor KL is right. I don't know what you're right about, Pastor KL. He's wrong,
Thank you.
Terrence. He's wrong.
Thank you, Terrence. Thank you. I felt like I was right, Terrence. I felt like I was right.
All righty. Well, I want to talk about this today. Today is the economic boycott beginning. And we have been encouraged ever since the DEI has been tampered with. We have been encouraged to not shop today. Now, let me make sure I get this this here. They're saying that you have some activists and some faith-based leaders who are kind of spearheading all of this here. They are encouraging us not to shop because the DEI has been adjusted. People are not getting their rights, and this is not, we don't have our proper treatment. And they said that we should not shop from 12 a.m. this morning all the way through 11 p.m. tonight. And we're talking about don't make any purchases at all, whether it's in a store or online. But they say particularly don't buy from the big retailers or chains. They say that we should not buy fast food, filling up your car with gas. And if there is an emergency, buy local from the small businesses, as well as not using your credit card and not using your debit card. Now, Pastor Jeff, follow me because I don't want you to jump ahead because I want to take this in increments here. First of all, do you plan on participating in this DEI boycott?
Definitely. I'm not. I was thinking about running to McDonald's to get me some breakfast real quick, and I'm glad you put it back on my mind because I forgot today was the day.
Okay. Now, why have you decided to participate?
Because I want them to feel our economic impact. I want them to see that they need our dollars, they need our spending. Because I'm all about that. They mistreat us. They overlook us. They trying to exclude us, send us back to Africa. I want them to feel it.
Okay. Pastor KL, do you plan on participating in this DEI boycott?
Well, not only do I plan on participating, I since the election or since he got into office, I'm not sure. There's an extensive list of places we should not shop at. And since I've gotten that list, I have not shopped at any of these places. And I'm telling you, it's about 40, 50 places.
Okay, did I not say walk with me?
Lord. No, I don't plan on shopping. I don't plan on.
Or no?
No, yes, I don't plan on shopping anywhere. I'm going to starve. Thank you. I'm going to starve, no gas, and walk. I'm going to starve and walk today, Pastor Steph. Kumbaya.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Walk with me.
Walk with me, Lord.
Put in the chat room, all of our viewers, put in the chat room whether you intend to, and listen, no shade. I'm not coming for you. I'm just asking. I want to see, what we here on this Due Time with Pastor Steph intend to do. Let me know if you intend on participating in today. Follow me. Don't put nothing else in this chat room. Just follow me, because if you're going to start confusing other people or going ahead of the questions, just put in whether you do decide and put in why. Why, Pastor KL, have you decided to participate in today's boycott?
First of all, let me say you starting to have a Trump spirit. I'm not feeling this at all.
Y'all don't pay attention. I got me on Jeff to do it, and you gonna go do what you want to do.
You got me on here. You got my vote and everything, and now you talking to me crazy. I don't know why I voted for you. You got a Trump spirit.
Oh God!
Why you would cross over to the visual. You know what I mean? You just got my vote.
Oh gosh! Why are you participating today?
I'm like Jeff. I think that we need to have a strong stance, to let these folks know that without us, you can't really prosper. It is especially to a lot of these venues, is more of us than them. You know what I mean? So we need to be considered, and we need to be respected as value consumers.
Okay. In the chat room, we got Ainsley. He says, got it. I'm already aware. Not spending a dime today except cash in local Black-owned businesses. Anika says, I'm participating. We really got to start taking serious our power in the country. I only hope many others feel the same. And, it's something that I'm really trying to see how we're doing here, what we're planning on doing here. Again, no shade. I'm not advising you one way or the other here. I'm going to just going to be like the vaccination. I'm going to stay neutral. I'm not going to say either or. I was looking here, and because I wanted to go where Pastor KL went in regards to this whole list of stores, but I don't want to get there yet. They say, and Ainsley brought it up, they said buy from local small businesses, and they're talking they want us to really focus on Black-owned businesses. How hard or easy is that going to be able to support? Pastor Jeff, are we going to be able to find those Black businesses to support today?
Well, most of us aren't, because we don't focus on Black businesses, so we don't even know where they at. Okay, but the ones that do, let's support them. You understand?
Okay. So tell me, what Black business do you know about, and which one would you be willing to support today?
Well, I know about a lot of them, and I have a lot of them in my community. So, if I'm feeling like something to eat, that's where I'm going to eat.
Okay.
And but I don't plan to, buy anything today. Nothing. I'm about to cook me something now.
Okay. Pastor KL, you're talking about Black-owned businesses that they're telling you and they're encouraging you to go and support today. If you must buy, they're saying don't even go to the Black businesses today, unless it's an emergency. If you need to buy something emergent on an emergent basis, go to Black-owned business. In Alabama, what are we talking about in regards to Black-owned businesses? Do you have, some that you favor?
Well, we have some. I don't favor any of them. Listen, if I go out to shop today at a Black restaurant, it will be an emergency because it costs too much money. Unfortunately, Black businessmen and women, they charge you out the game. I don't know whether they're trying to recoup on rent or what, you know what I mean? But it's almost ridiculous to eat at a Black restaurant. So no, I'll be walking, singing "We Shall Overcome" and eating at the house. That's it.
Well, and that's why I said y'all walk with me, because that's where I actually wanted to go. Some people make the argument that we don't support Black-owned businesses because of the treatment, whether it's the price, whether it's the attitude, whether it's the professionalism. Do you find that outside of the price, the professionalism is different, the attitude is different? Do you find that?
Well, in some restaurants, but there's restaurants where you got a banquita at the register. You know what I mean? And their attitudes. Listen, whatever you do at home, you will do outside. It will come outside. And if you're ghetto at the house, and listen, ghetto just might be your character. It might not be negative to how you've been grown up. You understand what I'm saying? There's a way people talk to each other. That's just their language. You understand what I'm saying? Their lingo, if you will. But you can't always bring that outside to the public because we don't all speak the same language. And because it's normal for you, it's disrespectful for me. And I don't want to pay my money to be disrespected.
Okay. Pastor Jeff, I'm going to ask you the same question. They have been encouraging us. Here's what they said. They said, you know what? There's a Black Amazon. There are a couple of companies out here that are Black Amazons. And what they do is they only have Black businesses in their directory. So no matter what you want, you'll find it, but it's Black-owned businesses. And some people make the argument, I do not support Black businesses only because their professionalism is not the same. And we know, please, before anybody makes this argument in the chat room on this or in our dialogue, we know white people do it. We get that. We get that. But we're talking about black people today, or right now at least. They make the argument, well, listen, I'm not spending my money there because they're not professional. They charge too much money. Why is it that if I go to, this is why I shop at Amazon, because if I go to a store on Amazon, I get the same thing that I get from the black people, but why the black people got to charge me double the money? What's your thought?
Well, I mean, you are correct. And, in a lot of that, because there's a lot of black businesses that I do cater to, they tend to not, know how to talk and speak and treat people, and it's a shame. And as far as that Amazon, black Amazon, we don't have enough yet where we can compete with the price cuts. And me, I am all black, but I'm also all keeping my money in my pocket. So, and I'm more about keeping my money in my pocket, I guess, than I'm black. So I'm going to shop where I get the deal,
Okay. And you make a really good point. Of course, Amazon didn't start off where they were now. And we know that, there's a boycott on, they're trying to get us to stop shopping on Amazon as well. And, we have not grown in this black Amazon, quote unquote, to be able to, like you said, Pastor Jeff, to compete. So unfortunately, the other stores will get the money. I'm just trying to figure out why they got to charge us more money. It's even like with hair, you go, and I listen, let me tell you something. I have been, I've been doing business since the late 80s. So I know about, what it is to be a merchant, what it is to be a business owner, what it is to have your own organization, and, how you charge people and things like that. And for some reason, black people feel like when you get from them, listen, I'm worth it. And I'm not saying you're not. But why you got to be double the amount of money to be worth it? I don't get it. I don't know, Pastor KL. Do you understand the psyche?
I don't. I really, really don't. First of all, you as a black business owner, you should understand how hard it is to get this dollar that I got in my pocket. So now you want to take every dollar in my pocket? You know what I mean? And then you want to talk. Listen, you ever go to a Jamaican, one of them little restaurants and get a beef patty with cocoa bread? And you got to be every blood clot and Rastafarian across the table. But yet you don't smile, you don't grin, you don't do nothing. Oxtail is $50 for a tail of an ox. I'm just not understanding what's going on. And you're black like I'm black. I might as well go to White Castles. I might as well.
It's Pastor Jeff, do you agree that they want us to pay sometimes 1.5 to double the amount of money that other people charge? And why is it, their argument is, well, you pay the white man. I'm sorry, white people don't charge what you're charging. Well, you should want to pay it to me because I got bills, I'm trying to raise a family and blah, 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 blah. What's your say on, why they, do you feel, maybe you don't feel it, but I see it all the time where they're charging double the amount, and we got to make that kind of decision when we decide to use you as a merchant.
I do. I see it. And you're right. And what he said about the Jamaican restaurants, man, I love me some curry goat, right? But when I go, like they got a new Jamaican spot in the Green Acres Mall. when I go in that mall and I be thinking about getting my curry goat, but then I be thinking about dag a little curry goat, so it cost me $15, and I can go to the Chinaman right here and get my teriyaki chicken with rice for $10. And the blacks lose every time because I tell you, keeping my money in my pocket means more to
You can
me.
buy the whole goat for $30.
You know
Buy the
what
whole
I'm
goat.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't help it when it comes to keeping my money. You ain't gonna get it from me just because I'm black. And then I use the excuse, I'm 25% white.
You
you
know
know,
what?
so the white man got up in me a little bit. You know what I'm
Oh my goodness gracious.
saying?
You know what, Pastor Jeff? He say I'm 25% white. You know, it's it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell for you to encourage me to support you. And you know, it's when we don't, we're looked at as, you know, being non-supporters. All right, so they got some other boycotts planned, and the first one I want to start with is just a general boycott, and that's where Pastor KL was going with the list. So Pastor KL, I'll let you go there. You know, this list of merchants that they're encouraging us to stay away from. So go ahead, it's all yours.
Yeah, I think, well, you have to really see the list to really understand it. I think that the list, oh my God, it's great. However, it's not reality for some of us. Because there's some places on the list that we are not going to stay out of. You know what I mean? And I'm saying we as a whole. I have managed to stay out of a lot of places. It hurts me because a lot of the places I'm in love with. I shop there frequently, but it's going to hurt us. And if I can just say one place on the list that's going to hurt us, it's McDonald's, because everybody's child wants chicken nuggets, wants a Happy Meal. You know what I mean? So that's a shut my child up kind of thing. Saying like giving a dog a toy. So we're not staying out of McDonald's. As a whole, as black folks, it's not gonna happen.
Okay. Pastor Jeff, before I get to you, I wanted to read some of the shops they say that black people need to stay out of: Target, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, McDonald's. Don't buy Fruit of the Loom. Stay out of Dairy Queen. And that's just a few. They also have a few others here. What's your thought on, boycotting these particular companies? Is there anything on that list that you're like, okay, I don't know if I might be able to stay away from this one, but I don't know about this one? Is there something on that list?
Yeah, I mean, the McDonald's part right there, you got me. There are some black-owned McDonald's, so but
yes.
but most of the time there's no sign up saying this is black-owned, but
right,
I see,
right.
I'll just try to eat at the ones with most of the black faces. and Walmart, that's a no-no. Where the cheapest place I can go to get my stuff is Walmart. You even got millionaires shopping at Walmart now because of the economy. So it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna stay away from that. Now I can stay away from Target, because Target can't compete with Walmart.
Right. Right.
And last night I thought yesterday was the day. So I went to the mall to pick up something that I had ordered previously, and I was getting ready to go in Target, and I said, oh no, I can't go in Target. But I went in Walmart. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All righty. Let's see what they're talking about in the chat room. Shanti says, I'm with the movement. So she plans on not shopping today. And Terrence says, agree. Let them feel it. All right. Anika says, I say that Black-owned stores don't get the same wholesale prices as the other stores. Who's got that going on? So they're trying to recoup. And we got a check-in from Kenya. And Brother Evans, greetings to you. He says, thanks for the good work you're doing in the Lord's vineyard. Amen. Thank you for recognizing the work that we're doing in the vineyard. Thank you so much for checking in and joining us. We got our brother Al on. Let's say good morning to our brother Al. Hey, brother Al.
Good morning. Good morning. I can't be too loud. I'm in the hallways now, making sure everything's safe.
You look like somebody chasing you, brother Al.
No, I'm walking down the hall, making sure everybody in their classroom doing what they gotta do.
All right, brother Al. Yes or no? Do you plan on participating in this boycott today? Nobody, not buying anything.
I think I am. I thought about it, and as I look at it, right, when you look at it, the boycott is just basically to get us to stick together. Because you look at it like this, right? You say, okay, for today, we don't shop at Walmart, we don't shop at McDonald's, this and that, right? So people say, okay, you know what? Today I'm gonna follow that movement. But watch how long the lines be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you know, I did it today, but tomorrow I'm gonna go in and go in. So I get it that they just want us to stick together, which is a good thing. You know, to stick together to show, hey, we can do this. But tomorrow, the store gonna be packed.
Okay.
But I do plan on, you know, not getting nothing. You know, running with the people.
Okay. All right. Well, Brother Evans is asking, what's the topic for today's teaching? Well, today we're talking about this boycott here in America. They want us, Black and brown people, not to shop today because of the DEI shifting of these different companies and organizations and the government. And they want us to stick together to prove a point, especially boycott the companies going forward that no longer have DEI initiatives going on. And we'll see, you know, how it goes. So that's what we're talking about today. You know, it's interesting what you were saying, Brother Al, about, okay, today we may not shop, but going forward tomorrow, you know, it's going to be back to business as usual. And, you know, the bottom line is because, like it has been said, we have no other choice. Right now, in order to make my dollar stretch, I can't shop at some of the places, you know, that have, you know, the DEI initiatives. And I need to shop at, like Pastor Jeff said, a Walmart, because that I need to make my pennies stretch. I can't necessarily, you know, follow that particular regimen of not, you know, buying. Now, here's something that's interesting. They were saying that some of the ones who are committed to DEI, Apple, Costco, who's this here? TD Bank, Kroger, United Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Delta, Macy's, Old Navy, Dollar Tree, Walgreens, JP Morgan Chase. So they're talking about some of our heavy hitters here that did stick to DEI. Why do you think that the other companies, Walmart, Target, these companies have not stuck to the DEI initiatives? Pastor Jeff, you know what? Let me start with you, Brother Al. Why do you think that they have not continued? They started when all of this melee was going on in 2020, 2021. They jumped on the DEI bandwagon, and now they're off the bandwagon. Why do you think the change?
Because they know we're gonna come back. Regardless of whatever goes down, they know we're gonna come there and shop. Okay, let them have their day. They're gonna not shop for us. Okay, no problem. You know, I'll double the profit tomorrow. So they know, hey, basically, like, we need them. That's how they look at it. Hey, they need us. So, let them do what they do, and we'll see them tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Pastor Jeff, why do you think that initially these businesses jumped on the DEI bandwagon, and then now that the smoke has cleared, if you will, they're not on the bandwagon? Why do you think?
They jump on it and they're not on it. Well, they never wanted to be on it, and they was waiting for a Trump so they could show their true colors. They never was about us. They built their companies off our backs, but they don't care nothing about us, and they only was going with the climate, what was politically correct at the time, and like I said, Trump done opened the door for everybody to be who they really are. So the KKK has jumped back up now.
Wow. Okay. Pastor KL, why do you think there was, we were for DEI and now we're not doing this no more?
Well, Pastor Jeff just hit it at the very end. The KKK is in effect, but guess what? They don't wear the sheets anymore. They don't have to disguise who they are. You know what I mean? They can say, I am KKK. You know what I mean? And there's really nothing that you can do. They're totally taking advantage of us. You know what I mean? And they don't care about us. Now, I will say this, that whoever put this in place to boycott on this day didn't really think about it. This is the checks fall on today. Tomorrow's the 1st. Checks fall on today. Fortunately, black folks cannot hold money in their hand. They cannot. It burns their pocket. So there's going to be something, as the writer says, that's an emergency that I need. And being that I work in a store, this is what I know about women shoppers. Women shoppers are not focused. They might need that spoon, but they're going to go down every aisle, and all of a sudden the spoon becomes a whole household appliance. Men, if they need socks, they go get the socks, they walk out the door, and that's it. A woman go, oh, how many times you heard, I just came for 2 or 3 items, and I got a whole buggy.
Yeah.
So this is a bad time to do this.
Yeah. Brother Al, Pastor KL says this is a bad time. Look at Brother Al.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to take that real quick.
It's okay. Pastor KL says this is the wrong time. Being that the 1st is tomorrow, they get their money today. Is this the day that they should have chosen for the boycott?
No, they should have chosen when they was broke.
Right.
Yeah, it's sad to say, but Pastor Carol is right. Black folks get that money in their pocket, it burns a hole in their pocket. Like, oh, I got this little extra, I got to buy it. Well, I don't care what it is. Buy stuff you don't need, I got to get it.
It was on sale.
It was on sale. What, 2 for 1? Oh, yesterday it was just 1, but now I'm 2 for 1. Oh, I got to get this. So it's like it's on their mind when they walk in the store. So when they walk in the store, it's like, okay, I'm in the store. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run with this. I ain't buying nothing. Then they see that sale, it goes out the window.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with y'all. I said it the other day here. I said, you know what? I go to the store and I'm in every aisle, and I even know if it's a store that I frequent. When the girls go to the store, the other day, Tamaja was in the store and she was like, okay, you telling me to get this, where do I go? Because I know you know the layout of the store. I can tell you the store in my head. So, right, go down that aisle. It's on the right-hand side. It's above it's on the second shelf. Why? Because we go down every single aisle. And I've memorized, this. And I can tell you where everything is. And like Pastor KL said, we go in for one thing and then it's, oh, wait, we could use it that. Oh, wait, I could use it this. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm here, let me get to this. And before you know it, it's now a whole shopping cart full of stuff. And it's not wasteful things, but again, it's the things that you need and you're seeing it at the time. So you just go ahead and get it. Brother Al says, we should have shopped. We should have made them shop or called them the strike when people were broke. Terrence says the black business prices are like that because they don't get things at the same price as the white Queen Anastasia. Queen Anika is saying, and it's true. They're not getting, because they don't buy at the bulk rate that the huge retailers purchase. They don't get it, and they have to spend, but it's a little bit more, Terrence, a little bit more for those who who have this ability to charge. You don't have to charge double. No. And if I have to charge double, maybe that's not my thing. Maybe that's not what I should be. Maybe that's not the business I should be in. Because where am I getting? If I have to charge if I have to charge my customers triple the amount because I have to pay $5 extra for something that that Costco doesn't have to, spend, then is it really worth me even being in this business? So I don't know. All right. Brother Al, do you think this will make an impact? This today. Follow the question. Today only. Do you think it will make an impact?
I think it will, because it's something new, and they're saying, okay, let's do this today, and people all get up and happy. So, I think a lot of people are going to go through with it, and I think it will be an impact for today. Now in the future, I don't know, but I know today.
Did I just say, what's the matter with you, men? I got
Take it
my
easy when you
hand up.
talk to me.
I say, don't go past that. Oh my gosh. You know what? Pastor KL talked about the men and the women. You men don't follow it. Don't follow well. Don't follow
No,
well.
take it easy when you talk to me.
Today, Al, today.
Today. I said it, yeah. It's gonna make an impact today. It's gonna make an impact today. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, brother Al. Thank you. Pastor Jeff, do you think today, Pastor Jeff, do you think the boycott today will make a difference? Will it have an impact?
I don't think it'll make a difference, but it'll make a statement just to show them how much money we spend. But I don't think it'll make an impact because we're gonna spend it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow.
Okay. Pastor KL, do you think it's going to make an impact today? Today's boycott only.
Well, first, let me say, fellas, next Friday we're gonna boycott the Due Time show. Okay, we're gonna boycott next Friday. I need y'all to stand with me on a strong
All right,
stand.
I'm standing with you.
Hey, let's see if it will make an impact today.
The ladies
She's gonna
will
be by
hold
herself
it
next
down.
Friday.
Listen, you be quiet over there, Pastor Jeff.
But
No,
to answer your question,
I gotta stick with Pastor KL, man. We brothers gotta stick
that's
together.
right. But to answer your question, from a business standpoint, it will make an impact, and I'll tell you why. So retail goes on what's called LY, which is last year's sales. You know what I mean? So what happens is that when they do their budget for this year, they keep in mind that this is the first of the month of money. So their goals for their stores is going to be higher, knowing that the money's coming in. So what happens is that if we all stand together, they can't make that money that they projected, so it hurts them.
Okay. Brother Al, I'm coming back. Well, you said yes today, but going forward, they're planning on having some subsequent strikes. They are planning on boycotting Target and Walmart for a long term. They are trying to do a week worth of purchasing. freeze, do you think people are going to even follow that if it's for a week?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because I talk to the kids about that all the time here, and and getting some of the stuff is a necessity that we need, and you're gonna look because the way the world is and because how your budget may be, you're looking to buy items as cheap as you can get it, So I said that because I remember when Gucci did some nonsense with the racial thing. They talked about it, everybody beefed about it. They talked about it for maybe about 2, 3 days. Then everybody back wearing Gucci. And I'm like, wow, they disrespected our culture. You had a big if about it, this and that, and then you go right back and buy the item. So I'm like, so I don't think so.
Okay, okay. All right. Pastor Jeff, they said, all right, we're going to start with this today. We're going to do this on a 1-day basis. We're going to, but we plan on having something long term, such as a week. And we're planning on boycotting Walmart and Target for long periods of time. Even Jamal Bryant has started some website to help with all of this. Do you think on a long-term basis this will be effective and it will help?
We're not going to do it on a long-term basis. You might get us to do it for 1 day, but you're not going to get us to do it after that, for a week. We'll if you do it, if you hit it every 1 day, once a month type of stuff, yeah. But black folks are not staying out of them stores. They're going to buy, they're going to, and they're going to get it. And that's just how it's going to be. And it's a shame. But, what can I say?
Okay, okay. Pastor KL, long term, do you think this is going to work? Do you think black people or brown people or minorities or whatever will, jump on board for this long term effect?
No. It's not gonna happen. First of all, you get a 3-year-old child, 4-year-old child crying about chicken nuggets. You going to McDonald's. It's just gonna happen. You're not gonna hear that all the time. Now let's look at it from a bigger spectrum. I can't get black folks to come out and vote for the right president. I can't get you to the polls, to do something right for us. You're not thinking about us. You're thinking about you. You know what I mean? So yeah, you going to the Walmarts, and think about it. We talk about all the time how these folks are getting $2,000 and $3,000 in food stamps. Where am I going to be able to pack up some stuff but Walmart, but a Target? I'm not going to the bodega. What I'm gonna put in the buggy in the bodega? Yeah, they might have a few of the items, but I can't really benefit off the bodega, let alone the black mom and pop stores. They're just not big enough. So it's not going to work. I think it'll be a great thing. I think if we was back in Martin Luther King days, it would work. But these folks are not marching. These folks they don't even have that concept in their mind that they can make a difference. All they say is I'm only one person. But it takes that one person to start for another person to start. There used to be a commercial and another and another and another. A lot of times, a lot of businesses was word of mouth. It wasn't always commercials. So the word of mouth, that's what the gospel is, word of mouth. We preach this thing from the word of mouth in order for you to believe in who God is. So if the word of mouth is saying, listen, if we come together, these folks will have to recognize who we are from the word of mouth. But we're not speaking the word of mouth.
Okay. All right. I have this last question. So we have this whole DEI initiative that is going bye-bye. A lot of our favorite stores, a lot of the stores that we can frequent, a lot of the more affordable stores, they are abandoning the DEI initiative. So where do we go from here? What do we do to make an impact? Okay, so today we may make an impact on a 1 day boycott, but we're not going to be able to do this long term. What do we need to do in order to kind of stand our ground to get the DEI initiatives paid attention to again and for them to be on board? What do you say, Brother Al? What do we do?
Man, that's a good question. I guess do what I'm gonna do. I'm getting ready to go and make me a little farm in my backyard. I'm getting ready to get some chickens so I can have eggs. And and people laugh I'm gonna grow my vegetables, but I think we need to find different ways on how to do it. Like I'm serious about that. I'm gonna grow some vegetables. I'm gonna make a little garden, to say, hey, listen, I don't have to go to you. I can go in my backyard. But and we have to stick by what we believe in, and that's one of the biggest problems. We don't stick together on what we believe in.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brother Al. Pastor Jeff, Pastor KL brought up back in Martin Luther King Day, we're talking about longevity. And for quite a while, they didn't ride buses. And they were able to, get that movement going because they stuck together and they did whatever they needed to do to make it happen. Now that we don't have these DEI initiatives in this store, we can't necessarily make them pick up the DEI mindset. What do we do? Where do we go from here?
If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, seek my face and pray, because that's the only way we can go from here at this point is to pray and get Trump on out of there. You know what I'm saying? And and try to reverse this thing again. But I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what we can do, but to keep the ones that will stick together, and to keep pressing forward.
Okay. Pastor KL, where do we go from here? We can't make these stores pick up this DEI initiative, and any long-term boycotting is not going to happen. Where do we go from here as a people?
As a people, we have to graduate from being a crab in a barrel, because that's all we are. No one wants the other person to get to the top or get out of the barrel. So we're stuck. As a people, we're basically the only people who don't stick together. You got the Mexicans who we're trying to get out of America, who lives 50 to a house, but they can build a house, they can roof a house, they can garden. They're self-sufficient. You got the Asians who are going to make sure you get an education so that when you get out, you can have some type of prosperity. But us, we don't have no education. We don't have no camaraderie. We won't work together. God forbid if you have $2 more than us, then there's a problem. Until we come together as a people, we're never going to boycott, because we're not thinking about us. We're just thinking about me.
Wow. Thank you, gentlemen. Nice, good, poignant points. Thank you for sending us into a thought-provoking weekend, and we pray you have a blessed day.
You as well.
You as well.
Thank you.
Okay, you too.
Thank you. All right, let's see what these comments say. Anika says, I see a wonderful Women Friday coming. So, in other words, go ahead and boycott me next Friday. We'll just fill in the blanks. See you later. All right. Ainsley says, I wrote Toyota and said, I'm in the market to buy a new car and won't from them because of their change in DEI policy. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea, Ainsley. Get to these people and let them know, you know what? I would have come to you, but based on your DEI policy, I've changed my mind. I can't support you. Maybe that'll help to make a difference. Okay, that's a good idea. Nika says, or change it to Fabulous Friday because the ladies are taking over. Wow. And Anika says, yes, I like that, Ainsley. Oh, let's get this benediction here. We've got, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. Romans 15:13. Oh, you know, you've heard me say this 1,000,001 times. We are where we are because God has left us to a reprobate mind. That was always on the table. You know, when we want to do things the way we want to do them, when we want to do them, and how we want to do them, we defy why we need God. You know, people have to understand that we're not in control. The enemy might be the prince of this world, but God is the creator and has the ultimate control. When we decide that we, like Pastor KL said, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me. When we decide that it's about me and not about God, then this is where we land. This is where we end up. You know, every time I think about Trump being in office and why he's in office, I think about when the children of Israel said, I want a king. We want a king. We want a king. And God and they were given the message, hey, you don't need a king. You've got the sovereign God. Why would you need a king? We want a king like all the other nations, and they got a king and we want a king. And so God has said to us today, you asked for it, you got it. You know, as quiet as it's kept, we will never get a politician in office that will be 100%. As much as we loved Obama, there were a couple of things that he did that we didn't like. He was the one who sanctioned gay marriages, and a lot of people didn't like that. And, you know, there are other things that he did that, you know, we may not have liked. So just because he was favored doesn't mean that he was perfect. And we're not going to get anyone in this seat who is going to be perfect. However, be careful of what you ask for. And here's what I'm noticing. What I'm noticing is a lot of people who voted for Trump are now eating that decision. We talked on Freestyle Friday with the men about the black man and the Hispanic man who had the audacity and the misguided thought to vote for Trump. What did he do for you the first go round? He's posing a threat this go round, even worse than it was before, but yet you feel the need and the desire to vote for him. And this is what happened. So now he's in the seat, and look at what we're getting. All the people who were a part of the DEI and had those policies in order, they rescinded. Because like Pastor Jeff said, I agree. They probably really weren't in it for the right reasons in the first place. And now that they threw their dollars to Trump, now, you know, you don't know what backdoor agreements and things like that they have. And now they're pulling out. And now look at how it's affecting you. Look at how it's affecting your children. Look at how it's affecting your family. Look at how it's affecting your finances and your budget. It is now a smack in the face. Your decision. And God said, this is what you wanted. This is what you got. I remember there were quite a few women that said, if I had a black man, if I had a man that was voting for Trump, me and him would be over. And it seems extreme, and I don't agree, but I understand. You know, if this is where we are, so far on the spectrum of this country, then how are we in a relationship? The Bible asks us, how can two walk together if they don't agree? So I wouldn't say I'm going to toss the whole relationship. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I get it, because this indicated where we are right now. This is what she was saying right here. Now that y'all done voted this man in because y'all for some reason thought he was going to benefit you, I kept asking the questions, what's going to happen to your wives, your mothers, your sisters, your daughters? What's going to happen to you? And they weren't paying attention to that. And here we are. What can we do? I asked the question, what can we do? And I agree 100% with Pastor Jeff. We need to submit to God. We need to let God know that we are willing to turn this whole thing around. We're willing to do it your way. When I tried to do it my way, God, this is where I ended up. But I need to do it your way. Why? Because all things work together for those of them who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. All things work together. All things work together. So, is it going to affect us? Yeah. However, how much will it affect us? It depends on where you are in God. Because you're going to be covered, whether you realize it or not. There's a shield that goes around those of us who serve God. He promises to protect us. And one thing I have to say about that man, he keeps his promises. He's not like man on this earth who will disappoint you every time, go back on his word every time. But this God that we serve, that I keep telling you about each and every day, I keep telling you, hold on to God, grab on to God. He is going to be the one that will help you get through all of this. But it is going to take us as a people to not just band together, but to get on the path of God. And that will make the difference. Okay? Oh, we got our craft corner. Oh, Nicole showed up the other day with some serious cups and mugs for the ladies, Shantice and Vivian. And they were absolutely fantastic. We've got our It's Personalized Here.com. Make sure you get your Sabbath Squad shirt or whatever other shirt you want. Make sure you reach out and you contact them. I want to remind you that tonight, with all due respect with Shantice and V, if you love them here on It's Due Time with Pastor Steph, Shantice gives you your switch tip on Mondays. She's here, on Wednesdays, and she's with us on Thursdays. You got your girl Vivian with your socially conscious segment, and she's here with us on Thursdays as well. Make sure you check the two of them out. They are fantastic. They bring you a fresh view on a whole lot of stuff that's going on in this world. They come with their pagan truths. They come with their what did God say. They really do the thing. So tonight, right here on A Closer Walk Christian Talk Show YouTube channel, you can find With All Due Respect with Shantice and V. They start at 8:30 tonight, Eastern Standard Time. We've had a wonderful week, and you've been watching It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. Join us Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. where we discuss matters of the heart, mind, and spirit. As you go through your day, be sure to set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. They will only serve as a distraction. Remember, prayer changes things. It's Pastor Steph signing off, and I want to thank my Due Time crew, the men, for taking us into a thought-provoking weekend. Thank you for hanging out with us and keeping this chat room live and helping us do what we do. Please do not miss this opportunity to give Christ your life right now. Please do not miss this opportunity to strengthen that relationship with the Lord right now, because later is not promised to us, and we see how essential it is that we make Jesus the center of our life. Until tonight, with all due respect with Shantice and V right here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you will be notified. Press that notification bell so you will be notified when they launch tonight. And make sure you share, you comment, push us. We need you to push us. And if we don't catch you tonight, make sure we catch you Sunday. And the Word Prayer Project room, come on out and see what we're praying about. Until then, God spares. I love you.